This happened when I was 17. I used to hit the gym 3 or 4 times a week, then take the bus home afterward. One Sunday night, I missed my usual ride and had to wait much longer for the next one. My parents were out and taxis were too expensive, so I decided to just sit in the bus shelter and wait it out. Snow had just started sprinkling across the pavement, and the cold was biting through my clothes. My bus was taking forever, so I pulled out my phone and put on some music to pass the time. Nearly an hour slipped by. The street was empty, no cars, no people, just silence and cold. That's when I noticed someone approaching from the edge of my vision, a man, bundled up in heavy layers, moving slowly toward the shelter. I didn't want to draw attention, so I kept my eyes glued to my phone. He sat at the opposite side of the shelter and stared at me. Something about him felt wrong, like he was drunk, high, or just completely out of it. After a few seconds, he asked, "When's the next bus?" I removed one earbud and answered, "Probably delayed." "The snow's getting worse." He didn't respond. He just kept staring, then started muttering under his breath. Every instinct in me screamed to leave, but I stayed still and pretended to scroll on my phone. I looked away for only a second, before hearing the scrape of his clothes, sliding across the bench. He was even closer now, inching toward me. He didn't speak. His eyes were glassy, unfocused. He raised one arm toward me and leaned in. That was enough. I grabbed my bag and bolted out of the shelter. Behind me, I heard the thud of him collapsing to the ground. I didn't look back. I just ran down the road until I reached the next bus stop. When I finally turned around, he wasn't there anymore. Relieved, I sat down, leaning my head against the cold glass as I waited. Knock, 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 knock. My heart jumped. I spun around, and the same man was right behind the glass, staring straight at me. "What is wrong with you?" I shouted. He began circling the shelter, heading toward the open side where I was standing. "I'm warning you, stay back." I yelled, backing away. I wanted to run, but my bag was still inside the shelter and I couldn't leave without it. Suddenly, he lunged at me. I twisted out of the way just in time. He hit the ground face first with a horrible smack. I froze, shaking as I noticed the blood pooling beneath his nose. I tried to talk to him, tried to get him to respond. Nothing. I called the police and an ambulance. They arrived quickly. After checking him, they told me he was heavily medicated on prescription drugs. They found a photo in his wallet, him and his son. The boy looked almost exactly like me. They believed he reached for me because he thought I was his child. They also learned he had recently lost custody of his son and had spiraled out of control. Not long after, I got my driver's license.